Hey everybody, guess where we are? Where are we? I'm trying to move the camera around. I'm getting used to this. We are live, so thanks for joining us. Mike and Denise. And look, we're at the Reston Farmers Market and right in front of the GreenFare Organic Cafe tent, which is exactly where you want to be. And we're going to explain to you why you want to be here, if I can move my hand around without covering the lens. And like Denise is, for instance, holding some of the muffins right there.
Organic strawberry rhubarb muffins. I haven't tried them yet. I love rhubarb.
Yeah, they used to have. Yeah, okay. If you haven't tried the
them.
muffins here, you have to try them. They're like basically like the equivalent of it's GreenFares or equivalent of a cupcake, like a plant-based cupcake, except it's actually health optimizing instead of health destroying.
Yeah.
Because a cupcake, even a vegan cupcake, is going to be something that is less than optimal from a health perspective, especially Denise's favorite part, which is
the frosting.
yeah.
These aren't cupcakes, they're muffins.
Right, but there's still, it's like a treat, right? I mean, it's a treat. And it's also a muffin. It's not like, a lot of times muffins are actually health compromising too. We're going to get into why, like, this food is better and why you need to come here and actually pick up what they have, because they have a couple different varieties. And I also want to mention that the kind they used to have that was like this kind was a strawberry chocolate. I'm a real big chocolate fan. But Denise is a real big rhubarb fan. I think so. We haven't had these yet. But rhubarb in general, you've tried rhubarb stuff and you're like, this is really great, right? Like every time you try rhubarb.
Their pineapple upside down muffins are really good too.
Oh yeah, they have them over there. We were just talking over there with the GreenFare folks, and yes.
And so are the turmeric ginger recovery muffins too. We had a whole pack of those last weekend.
Yeah, we did.
They were good. You don't have to worry about getting fat eating this stuff because it's low fat. There's no sugar added.
Okay, so let's get into that. Why are you going to stop here at GreenFare's tent and not stop at anybody else's tent? I mean, you can look at everybody else's tent. Actually, there are some farmers here that have some really nice raw, fresh produce that's organic. You should stop at and look at. But why GreenFare's prepared food? What makes GreenFare's prepared food so special? We want to get into that. And, you know, because GreenFare is actually an educational restaurant. They're a health optimizing place. And actually, it's totally different paradigm than most restaurants, because unfortunately with most restaurants, as I know, I'm a lifestyle nutritionist, the food is it's kind of health destructive. That's the most friendliest way I can say it. Okay, the more you eat, the worse off you're going to be your health. But at GreenFare, the more you eat, the better off you're going to be for your health. And we were talking about this morning. There are so many health issues that people have. It is an epidemic of cancer, high blood pressure, type 2 diabetes. What else are we talking about?
That covers it.
Well, it doesn't even come close to cover that. I mean, people can't sleep. They have sleep issues.
Hypertension.
That's high blood pressure, right? High cholesterol, heart issues, strokes, heart attacks, all this stuff. But guess what? Yeah, all this stuff is preventable. And what do you need to do? What do you need to know?
Well, you should avoid sugar, salt, and oil, and eat all organic food.
Well, which is what they have here, right? So basically, what you need to know is you just need to start eating the right food, right? I mean,
it's all about the food.
It's all about the food. It's not your genetic history. It's not your family history. Right. What's more concerning with your family and your genetic history is the fact that everybody has the same habits and eats the same foods from generation to generation, right? Or you guys don't exercise, but exercise, you really can't out-exercise a bad diet. Exercise is more for your mental clarity. Although you should exercise. We're actually going to run. See, I got my plant-powered movement shirt on. We're going to go with the run club over here at 9:45 at Lake Ann.
We're going to exercise our cardiovascular system.
Yeah, it's good for just a general well-being, mental perspective. But we got a whole list. What are we going to talk about with GreenFare food? Why is GreenFare food different? Do you guys know? Comment below if you already know on this video. Please tell us.
I just gave it away. There's no sugar, salt, or oil.
Okay, so what does that mean? Okay, so what does that mean? No sugar is important because refined sugars are basically zero nutrition and high caloric density.
And they raise your glycemic level.
That's right. They're low glycemic foods. Oil is
not a low glycemic food. It's a high glycemic food.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, they're high glycemic foods. All the food at GreenFare is low glycemic because it doesn't have any sugar. It doesn't have any processed sugar. But okay, the oil is, no matter what kind of oil it is, no matter if it's olive oil or avocado oil, it is devoid of nutrition. It's basically 100% fat and ridiculously high caloric density. So what does it do? Type 2 diabetes is a fat disease. When you eat too high of a percentage of calories from fat, and of course oil is 100% calories from fat, you're just going to you're just going to increase the chances of getting type 2 diabetes in a very rapid rate. And you don't want it. You want to avoid all oils at all times. And unfortunately, almost all restaurants have food with oil in them.
Remember when they used to call diabetes sugar? He has sugar. He needs to watch his sugar because they thought it was caused by a high sugar diet. That's wrong. It's caused by fat.
Yes. Okay.
You need to avoid that.
And the salt. There's no salt in GreenFare food. So all the food they have here is low sodium. And this is all prepared food. Okay, like I said, you can go to the farmer's market, which we are at. You can talk to some of the organic produce people, which is, where are they? I don't even know where they are.
I don't see any organic signs.
Oh, there they are. Okay, well, hopefully they're organic. But they do have produce, right? Hopefully.
No
all right.
GMO, maybe.
All right, but anyway, all foods that are grown, food that's grown, real food, not food-like products. These foods over here are real foods. Almost all prepared food is a food-like product. But all foods have sodium in them. The problem is the food-like products have ridiculously high amounts of sodium because they add it. Yeah, and that's what causes, in almost all cases, high blood pressure, unless you're like Denise and you have very low blood pressure, but that is unusual, okay? Do not say, oh, I'm like Denise. No, you probably got high blood pressure because you're probably eating too much salt. It's really, really simple. So, okay, what else? What's on the list?
Phytonutrients and fiber. Where do you get your fiber?
Yeah, where do you get your protein? Who cares? Protein's in all plants, right? All plants have protein, just like all plants have sodium. You're not going to be devoid of sodium. You're not going to be devoid of protein.
Yeah, right.
But where do you get your fiber? Why is fiber so important? Fiber is like makes up your whole gut health, and the brain and the gut are directly connected. It affects your moods. It affects your bowel movements. Of course, are you having bowel movements once a day? Are you? Because we need to know that. This is important. If you're not, we got a problem. Okay, and you need to eat more fiber, and not fiber pills, right? There's a difference between fiber pills and actual fiber that's in these plants here that we're eating here at GreenFare. These whole plants or minimally processed plants.
You can't cheat and take Metamucil. That's not really fiber. It's psyllium. It doesn't do the same job.
Yeah. Okay. So, oh, by the way, I want to keep, if you're just joining us, we're here till noon. Not us, but GreenFare is going to be here. We're going to go running. But we'll be right, very close by if you want to see us at the Run Club. But GreenFare, the actual location opens at 11 o'clock this morning. They're open 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. every single day, except Sunday, so they're not open tomorrow. You got to get their food today. Today, either here at the farmer's market at noon or 11 to 7 at their physical location in Herndon. So what's next?
So it's organic and certified.
Okay, organic. Everything here is organic. What does that mean? Well, that means that the food is not grown with chemicals. What's the problem with chemicals? They cause cancer. Would you eat chemicals straight? Would anybody eat straight chemicals?
And how many chemicals are you avoiding by finding certified organic food?
How many? I don't know.
Like 2,000 or 3,000.
Okay.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, so you definitely want to avoid chemicals if you care about your health, if you care about not getting cancer. Like a lot of what we brought up are causes of cancer already. People talk about fighting cancer. You know how you really fight it? You don't eat the stuff that causes it. Because once you eat the stuff that causes it, then you are in a battle that you're probably going to lose, and we don't want you to lose. So, okay, what's next?
You're certified?
Certified. Oh, our organization, plantbaseddiet.org, and you can check out our YouTube channel. You may be watching us right now on the plantbaseddiet.org YouTube channel. I don't know. But we have a certification program. It's called Healthy Vegan Food. And for most food establishments, actually most food establishments don't even have any food that meets our criteria. And our criteria are not that strict. Yeah. Actually, GreenFare's criteria are stricter than ours. So what does that mean? Every single item at GreenFare meets our standard. Every single item. That's the only restaurant in the world that's like that. Yeah. If there are restaurants, which there are local places that have our food, we're so thankful for that. I think Planetary Farms has our certification, and also Rosa Bakes has an item that meets our certification, which is awesome. We want more. So learn more at healthyveganfood.info. Look down at the below in the description. You'll see the link. But basically, just know that every single item here, you don't have to pick and choose at GreenFare.
Yeah, there's nothing there that will harm you.
Yeah, I mean, everything's going to make you healthy. You're going to be better off by showing up at this restaurant no matter what you eat. You can't say that about any other food establishment, including anybody here, unless they're selling you, a farmer selling you organic produce. Yeah.
Optimizing your immune system, your gut health.
Okay, now that's more important than ever because of the pandemic, right? People will need to optimize their immune systems. Everyone's talking about it, but they're not talking about how to do it. I will tell you how to do it. If you want to eat food that's being prepared, either you need to know everything about how to prepare foods, which you can learn, or you just go to GreenFare and get any of their foods. Don't go anywhere else unless you're eating something that meets our healthy vegan food certification we just talked about, which is hardly any selection anywhere. But we're glad people have it. But if you want a full selection, you want to know what's possible, stop by GreenFare. Stop by here.
So your gut, the bugs in your
gut
are the biggest component of the human body, right?
That's right. And again, we come back to fiber. Where are you getting your fiber from? Real plant fiber, minimally processed, like it's in these muffins, like in any of the foods at GreenFare. That's going to affect your gut. It's going to affect your mood. Serotonin is produced in your gut. If you know what I'm talking about when I say serotonin, you probably already know about psychological issues that humans have and mental health issues. A lot of this is related to your gut health. Your doctors have probably never talked to you about your gut health. But I can tell you that if you optimize your gut health, all of a sudden you're going to notice some big positive changes. And it's probably because you're not eating enough fiber, because almost nobody is. If you're not pooping every single day, at least once a day, you're not eating enough fiber. So if you have any of these health issues that we've talked about today, which you've already talked about, probably 20 things that are wrong with people. If you want any chance of improving them, you have to show up here. If you go up somewhere else, you're probably going to be exacerbating this problem. That's the truth.
So everything at GreenFare is vegan, contains 0 animal products. What's wrong with animal products, Mike?
Well, how much fiber do animal products have?
None.
Okay, if you got nothing from this video, just remember that animal products have 0 fiber. If fiber is the most important thing in your diet and you're not getting enough, you never want to eat animal products because you are just doing yourself a disservice and you don't want to do that.
Animal products have protein. What's wrong with animal protein?
Oh, it's the wrong type. It's the type, if you follow Dr. T. Colin Campbell from the China study, he has proven that animal protein causes cancer in humans. Another way to cause cancer.
It gives you
so you
too much protein and the wrong kind of protein. So animal protein causes inflammation. And when your body's inflamed, it can't fight off other diseases.
That's right. Problem. So your body can't do all things at all times. So you need to give it a break. Don't give it a break give it a break by not abusing it. And how do you not abuse it? You don't eat the foods that cause the abuse. And they don't have any foods here that cause abuse to your body at GreenFare. Everything is health optimizing. So, I mean, if you're not getting the theme here, this is a no-brainer. You've got to show up. If you care about your health, and we know you do. Okay, we know that you do. Because no matter what you have, if you don't have your health, you really don't have anything. And you could have these muffins and still have your health. And by the way, they have lasagna over here too. You can see the crowds are gathering behind us. Okay, somebody's watching this video.
Well, why would I want to eat low caloric density and low percentage of calories from fat?
Okay, well, humans are designed as machines. They're designed to move. We're gonna go run. We're gonna run, right? I got the shirt on here, plant power move. We're gonna move, but most people don't move. Let's be honest. Most people sit in front of screens all day long. So back in the day, I guess as a caveman, you could hunt and you could eat your animals, and you were doing so much work all the time. I mean, you were literally running a marathon a day that you could outwork a bad diet. All right, but unless you're running a marathon today in 2022, you can't do it. So you have to eat low caloric density foods, so you can eat all you want and not have to portion control, which we know doesn't work. So you got to eat low calorie density foods all the time. And what do they have here at GreenFare? All low calorie density foods. So you can eat them all day long. And you don't get that feeling of, oh my gosh, I just ate so much, I can't move, I'm in a food coma. You know what I'm talking about? Well, that's where you get everywhere else.
Even the cheese is low fat. Even though they make it with some cashews, it's still delicious.
Yes. And actually, we were talking about that last night with the pizzas, which are available once a week. And the link is below in the description if you want to figure out how to order those. But the vegan cheeses and the plant-based cheeses that you get at the store, and of course the animal product cheeses, they're all high caloric density, high fat, high percentage of calories from fat. So GreenFare has to make their own custom in-house blend of cheese in order to fit with this description that we're talking about of health optimization. So that's the only cheese that they have here is their own in-house stuff that you cannot buy anywhere else. You have to go to GreenFare. So another reason to go to GreenFare. And why doesn't anybody else have this? Because actually we're kind of telling you like a little secret. Okay, it's kind of like a dirty little secret because a lot of the stuff we're telling you it goes against the business model of so many different businesses that are out there. It's scary, but we don't care about that. We care about your health and you not being sick and you not having to go to the doctor all the time and have operations and scary situations and all that stuff. So that's what you avoid by eating the food here.
So do these muffins have any acrylamides, Mike?
What are acrylamides? Does you know what acrylamide? Anyone out there know what acrylamide is? Comment below. Okay, basically, there's 2 types of food, right? There's raw food, which we talked about. Some of the farmers down there have the raw produce here at the farmer's market, and there's cooked food. You just want to eat lightly cooked food. Because if you eat food that's cooked at any time above 350 degrees, unfortunately, the truth is that cancer-causing particles called acrylamide form on the food. Doesn't matter if it's plant food, animal food, makes no difference. They're going to form. It's not natural. It's not natural to eat anything cooked over 350 degrees. Okay, like I said, you want to eat lightly cooked food. Everything here at GreenFare, right? Everything cooked below 350. All cooked foods here. You can enjoy everything you've ever thought about eating. You know, because they have all the dishes from around the world and stuff. But they don't do them in a way that's going to hurt you. And of course, this may be new information to you. You know, but we're here to explain why they do things this way at GreenFare.
So am I going to get a sugar rush from these muffins?
A sugar rush?
I'm going to sugar high.
Well, they don't use sugar. We talked about that earlier in the video. No processed sugar because it's got like zero nutrition and high caloric density and basically is a junk food. But what do they sweeten these with? They're sweet, right?
Yeah, they're sweet.
Well, they use dates. Dates are a whole food. Dates are a plant. If you don't know what a date is, it's not like Denise and I went on a date because we did. We met, we went on the first date. We didn't.
Not that kind of date.
Yeah, but this is a date that you eat. I mean, I'm going to say, a few years ago, I didn't even know what a date was, okay, before I started this stuff. Date is a real food with fiber and sweet. It's a sweet, like a fruit, like grows on a plant. And you can mix it up to the point where it blends together with any food that you're cooking or preparing, and you wouldn't know the difference.
That's why they call them sugar dates.
Yeah, and it has nutrition, it has fiber, all the things that your sugary foods that almost everyone eats all the time. Wondering why? Oh, everyone's sick. Well, everyone eats sugar all the time. They don't eat fiber. They don't eat food with actual nutrition in it.
So I'm not going to get a junk food cookie, muffin, donut craving by eating these muffins?
No, that's right. It reduces cravings going forward because it levels you out. You talked earlier in the video here about low glycemic index and high glycemic index. All the food here at GreenFare is low glycemic index, which basically prevents cravings later on because you get filled up and you don't, because low glycemic indexes basically are really processed foods like sugars and other things that are super processed. They go straight into your bloodstream and spike your energy level. So you're freaking out as soon as you eat, but then you go into that food coma afterwards and you're like, oh, I can't do anything now. Oh, I need, quick, give me a cup of coffee or a shot of caffeine because in order to stay awake for the rest of the day. That's the way most people eat, okay? But this thing levels everything out. Like if you have problems with highs and lows, this food with a low glycemic index, it levels out your highs and lows. It keeps your body kind of at an even keel. You may have never thought about this, but this is what the wrong foods do to you. If you're wondering why certain foods are wrong, it's because they're probably high glycemic index foods.
So I think there are rum balls here at the farmer's market. What's wrong with alcohol?
Rum balls? Oh.
Behind us in another tent.
Okay, well, if you've ever been to GreenFare, you notice that they don't serve alcohol. All right, now why? It's unfortunately, and you won't hear this many restaurants that serves alcohol, it's a group 1 carcinogen. Group 1, which means it's the highest level cancer causer. Again, people say they're fighting cancer and all this, and the American Cancer Society has events where they're serving alcoholic drinks. This is embedded deeply in society. It's unfortunate, and the reality is not everything causes cancer. Only certain things that we've talked about. Unfortunately, most people eat them all the time, and this is why everyone's getting cancer and getting sick. But you can easily change that. It's no big deal. And you've got this resource here. If you're in Northern Virginia, which you are, and if you're not, you got to take a field trip over here to GreenFare. You've got this place right here. That's all they care about is not hurting you. Like not hurting you on every single level. Not only not hurting you, but improving you on every single level.
Yeah.
Right? So this is what you need. This is what everybody needs.
Kombucha has trace amounts of alcohol.
Oh, that's right. They do sell kombucha here. They do not. It's not theirs. Right. But I'm talking about all the food that GreenFare actually makes themselves, which is 99.5% of what they have in the restaurant, is made to those standards. But yeah, it's only trace amount. It's not like an alcoholic beverage, which has like multiple percentages of alcohol in it. But again, that's something you want to avoid. And look at that. Balloons on a scooter there? What is that? They're going over to buy some produce, I think. Okay, so we will see you here, right? Well, we'll be running. I don't know what time it is, but we got to get to Run Club at 9:45. We gotta hide these muffins too, so nobody eats them while we're out running. Okay, so make sure you make it by here till noon today. GreenFare tent. You can see it right behind us. I'm trying to move my hand away. This is such a wide angle lens. It's weird when I hold the phone like this. I'm holding with the right hand and I'm left-handed, believe it or not.
The tent is labeled.
Yeah, it's there. And if you can't make it here till noon, every Saturday from 8 a.m. to noon, GreenFare is here. You can bring your friends, try this place out, pick up some fresh produce while you're here from the farmers here. But don't go anywhere else. You got to get your prepared food here, and I told you why. You know why now. You got to replay this video. And what's the other thing? If you can't make it here, you can make it to the location in Herndon, right, on Eldon Street, which is the physical brick-and-mortar location of GreenFare. They are open 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. every single day, except for Sunday, which is tomorrow. So you got to get your food today. Don't procrastinate on this weekend. Don't end up waking up Sunday morning and say, what am I going to eat? I can't get any good food because GreenFare is closed. Or they will. Well, you got to go today. Today.
Yeah, come here today.
Yeah, so here or the location till 7 p.m. on Eldon Street. And we're going to go run and eat our muffins and enjoy. And I'm sorry, make sure you can get your own muffins if you don't have it in your hand right now. I hope you're not eating bacon and eggs for breakfast. Don't eat that stuff.
It's not food.
Yeah, that's right. It's a food-like product. Bye.